What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin. If you are new, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button below. We are back down at the waterfront, the lake property. It's time to do some cleanup. So it is officially fall time. We came down here this last weekend. I kind of told you guys we were going to come down here, and I didn't know if we were going to film any. We didn't actually make a video the day that we were down here filming, but we did video a little bit. So you can see it has grown up quite a bit since the last few times we were down here. The grass, a lot of Johnson grass, is taller than I am. And my mom and dad actually came down with Rachel and the kids and I this last weekend, and we got a lot of stuff knocked out. You can see we got some more stuff dumped on the burn pile, a bunch of brush. The leaves are falling. It's actually fall time. It feels great. It's like 77 degrees right now. I just got off work. So I got a few hours before dark where I can actually try to get some brush hogging done. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to film probably much of that, but just to kind of show you guys the difference, what this looks like now. We are making some progress, and you guys know the plan is to kind of renovate this old rock building, and this thing is over 100 years old. Now, there's some interesting stuff that we found out. This land back in the 30s was actually owned by some of our kinfolk, and I got to talk to some other kinfolk that actually kind of grew up on this property, and I got some cousins and stuff that is telling me more and more information, and it's pretty cool hearing all this stuff. So this old rock building, this was here before the 1930s for sure. Probably before the 1920s. It's over 100 years old, but back in the old days, they do know that it was used as a smokehouse, a cellar, and a root cellar. So this top part would have been the smokehouse, the bottom was the root cellar, and I don't know, I can't imagine how cool that would be growing up here as a kid back in the day, because this was not always a lake like it is now. There used to be an old creek that went through here until the state built dams here, and then they actually dammed up the river, and then it created the lake. So this building predates the lake, so you can imagine it was way different back then. And the guy I was talking to said that when he was a kid, there was a group of or a herd of wild Spanish goats that would run around here. They'd graze around, browse around on the trees and stuff, and then they'd run around and they'd climb up that big mountain over there. So that's pretty cool stories. I mean, I got more stories. When I got more time, I'll try to kind of elaborate a little bit more on some of these buildings and stuff. We'll talk a little bit about it. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what we have got done. The last video we did down here, Rachel and I come down here and we cut down this big old, I think it's an old pecan tree. It was just dead. It was hard as a rock. It'd been dead for a long time. Well, we fell it right here, and it just busted into a million pieces and just made a huge mess. So our number one goal right now is was to clear around this building right here. So we raked and got all the briars and all the river cane and all the vines with the thorns and stuff on it. Got it out of there. Got all the old dead brush, and all the snaky stuff is gone. Now we can actually get around this building, put ladders up, and start working on it. But before we do that, we got one more project left to do. We got to clean out this old building. There is stuff stored in there. There's no telling how long it's been in there. You can kind of see there's a bunch of old wood, some trim, some old windows, stuff like that. Now, my dad and I, we measured this building, and I think it is the inside dimensions, I think it was 15 by 12 foot 8, something like that. But I got some ideas for the roof. I want to redo the roof. I want to keep it looking rustic and, you know, kind of the natural colors. I don't want no bright extreme colors or nothing like that. I want it to look natural. But here in a little bit, I'm going to play some footage from us down here cleaning up this weekend. You kind of see a little before and after. I'm not sure, Rachel is running the camera, so I'm not sure what all we got on there. I'll have to go through and edit that and figure it out. But today, while I got some time before it gets dark, because the sun's starting to go down earlier and earlier now, I am going to get the old Kubota, the old 3300. This is a 35 horse, 4-wheel drive Kubota. It does everything I need it to do. I've got a 5-foot brush hog on here. I'm currently looking for a newer, not new, just a new used one, a 6-footer. This one has seen better days. It's still a very good brush hog. Adding another foot. This is a 5-footer, like I said, so if I go get a 6-footer, it'll actually cut down on my mowing time quite a lot. And a few years ago, I hit a rock up at our house. You guys know how rocky it is. And it busted one of the blades right in half. And part of that blade actually came out. Like, I can stick 4 fingers in that hole. This is a heavy-dicked steel brush hog. And that blade spins so fast and is so dangerous. It just come out of there and it just tore a hole right through there. And it still came out. I never did even find it. I don't even know where it ended up. But that is why you always want to take it serious. If there's someone up here brush hogging or anything, I don't want my kids around. I don't want anybody around. Even the vehicles, you know, you're liable to bust your window out and stuff. Just hitting rocks. You could hit an old T-post in the ground or something. And if you do, something's going to break. It's either going to be the T-post or the blade. And usually it's whatever you hit. Because these blades on here are pretty big, thick. I can't believe I broke it on a dang rock. But I did. So just a little heads up, if you're brush hogging or anything, even if you're trying to be careful, if you got kids or anyone else just around, even animals, try to get them out of there. Don't even get them 100 yards from where you're at, because I have hit rocks with this thing right here, and with the RPMs that this tractor turns, you hit a rock and it comes out of there just right, it will throw this thing like 100 yards easily. So you don't want to be anywhere around it when that happens. It is super dangerous and might save someone's life, so just don't do it. So one reason I am ready to get this brush hog, guys, is we now have all these mature giant pecan trees. And you got pecan trees, it usually leads to pecans. Now, looking at this tree, I'm not seeing a ton and a ton. I say tree. When I'm looking up at this tree, I'm not seeing tons of pecans, but I am seeing some. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. They're like the little green dots on the screen. Maybe they're kind of neon green. They're hard to see behind those leaves, but I do see quite a few pecans. It's not totally loaded. You guys know the drought we had this year. I don't expect it to be, you know, overbearing of pecans, but I want to get all this mowed around. So when we come down here in the fall, I am new to pecans. I've never owned property with pecan trees. We have only owned like the property we got now that has oak and hickory and one walnut tree on it. But I think the pecans start falling after the first frost or freeze. I'm not sure. I know you guys, our followers here, can school me on that. When do the pecans start falling off of the pecan trees? Is it after the first frost, the first freeze, or is it just when it starts getting cold and the sun starts going down earlier? I don't know. You guys fill me in. Leave a comment down below and let me know when these pecans will probably start falling. I know there's some on the ground already, and from what I understand, if they've already fallen on the ground, they probably got worms in them, or they're just bad pecans. So we'll let the squirrels have them. The kids have been wanting to go squirrel hunting, so we might have to come down here and do some squirrel hunting one day so they don't take all our pecans. So we'll just have to see. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get the brush hog and see how much I can do. I've got to try to remember, I've got some little pecan trees right here, some little saplings that I mowed around the last time I was down here brush hogging. I want to kind of leave them if I can. I know I always say that, and then when I get on the brush hog, I get crazy, and sometimes I forget and end up mowing over things I didn't want to. But we got some pecan trees here. It's always good to have, you know, fresh saplings and stuff growing, because these trees aren't going to last forever. Even just about 4 years ago down here, a tornado come down and it wiped out probably this many of these mature trees that you can see right here. There was even more at one time, but the tornado wiped them out and they had to cut them up and just burn them. So always good to have fresh young trees growing at all the time, because you just never know, things happen. But anyways, that's enough gabbing. I'm gonna get this Kubota unloaded and get to mow before I lose daylight. Well, I got about half of it mowed, and then bad luck struck again. I kept smelling hydraulic fluid, and then I noticed I had a small leak. So I don't know what happened. I got caught up in a limb or something, and there's a hose right here. It kind of just ripped it a little bit. So I went ahead and just parked it because I could smell something, and sure enough I pulled up there, and then I can see it dripping. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. I'll probably just leave the tractor on the trailer and then go home tonight and pull that hose off. Hopefully in the next day or two I can go get another one and then come back and finish brush hogging. But we got most of it done. I say most, probably about half or so. Let me come out here and show you. I didn't get any around the pecan trees because I was kind of skipping this a little bit. I got a little bit around here, but you see I got some lanes that way, and then all the way over there by that flag I got all that all the way up to the driveway. So we got some of it, but when you get something break or go wrong on your tractor, you don't want to keep pushing it, because I couldn't tell if it was coolant or hydraulic fluid, and sure enough it was hydraulic fluid. So this is like a hydrostatic, it's a glide shift. This isn't a hydrostat, it's GST, glide shift transmission. So it's a little bit different than a regular clutch, and it's different than a hydrostat. But the transmission does use hydraulic fluid, so you don't want to run that dry because you can burn it up. So we're going to have to get that fixed before we come back down here. Hopefully I can do that soon, and then we'll be ready for fall time. But as you guys know, I have been waiting for the temperatures to start dropping, getting a little further into the year before I come back down and do one final last brush hog before the fall and winter time, because I don't want to have to come down here again and brush hog it. So I think if I can get it cut down nice and short right now, then the cold weather is going to move in and it's going to stunt this grass, and it's going to be done growing for the season. So I shouldn't have to come back down here after I get it mowed this week. Lord willing, I can get the tractor fixed. It's been nice, so I just wanted to get out of the house and get out and enjoy these nice fall, these cooler temperatures. It's just very relaxing to me. Even if you're working, it's still relaxing. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna play the footage when this video ends of us coming down here and cleaning up this past weekend. I know this is a little short video, just a little update video, kind of talking about the lakefront property. We had a lot of people asking, how come we haven't been down there very often? And we haven't been down here very much because Rachel has been helping take care of her mom, you know, a lot of time, and then any other free time we're doing kid stuff. Kids are back in school. Kayla's playing football. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We still got the farm at home. You guys see the videos on that. So, but stay tuned. I'm gonna be trying to get down here pretty quick and cleaning out this 100-year-old rock house, and then hopefully putting a new roof on it, and then go from there. So I can't wait to see the transition and kind of renovate it, see what it looks like. So anyways, guys, subscribe, leave a comment. When are these pecans going to be ready to fall? I know a lot of you watch from like Georgia, Texas, Alabama. I know a lot of you have pecan trees, and you guys can give me the answers. When are these pecans going to be ready? So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment, like this video, and we'll see you next time.
Garlic! Garlic! Oh! Timmy, I found garlic! There's more! I can't believe I found pieces of garlic. How's that not scarlet?
It's bulbs from flowers, probably.
Aww.
That was planted here.
What? I'm gonna have you rake all this up here where I can get it.
That's what I was going to have him do, start down here and start raking.
How much of this I can grab anyway?
Kaya, bring me that other rake. Please.
Oh, I could do it and then rake it and come back. Pick it all up and hold it wrapped. Hey, where's them coffers too?
There. There's some coppers. Them behind right away.
You'll keep down in there.
What are we doing, raking up?